There continue to be developments in the coronavirus outbreak, including an update to the lockdown on the Costa Smeralda. In today's episode of the Lido Loca cruise show, I'll update you about the Smeralda, and I'll tell you about a few other things that are going on, including what the cruise line is doing in response to many of these situations. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony B with the Lido Loca cruise show. If you enjoy cruising, consider subscribing to the channel with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of the episodes. So the first big story when it comes to coronavirus is a resolution of the lockdown on the Costa Smeralda. If you'll recall the story, there was a woman who manifested some symptoms, possible symptoms of coronavirus, running a high fever, someone who had traveled from Macau, from Hong Kong, definitely had interaction in China. Local officials in Italy, where the ship was set to dock yesterday, were alerted that this person was on board, and they refused to allow anyone to get off the ship until proper testing was done. The woman was tested, and it turns out that she has the flu, not the coronavirus. And so passengers that spent yesterday locked down on the Costa Smeralda free to leave the ship. So a positive resolution to that story, but the coronavirus continues to make news across the globe. Significantly, yesterday, the World Health Organization declared the coronavirus a global emergency. The World Health Organization, an offshoot of the United Nations, calling countries together to figure out ways to continue to contain the coronavirus. We also have a story coming out of Chicago of the first person-to-person transmission in the United States. A woman who traveled to China came back to her home in Chicago. She is a confirmed case of the coronavirus, and now her husband, who did not travel with her, also confirmed case of the coronavirus. The death toll from the virus continues to rise. In China, yesterday, we reported 170 confirmed deaths related to the coronavirus in China. Today, that number is up to 213. And again, we see the confirmed cases in China jump almost to 10,000. The cruise lines continue to monitor and to adjust to the situation with the coronavirus. Many of the cruise lines reaching out to their customers, explaining to them their process, which is primarily to disallow anyone who has traveled to China over the last 14 days admittance onto a cruise ship. This is one of the ways to combat what we saw in Italy yesterday. The Smeralda allowed somebody who had traveled from Hong Kong, traveled from Macau onto the cruise ship, and other cruise lines taking their cue from that and disallowing cruisers who have been to the infected area just as a precaution. Many of the cruise lines are also stepping up their health screening process. Most of the time you can just answer a few questions, you can hit a checkbox, get on the cruise ship. Now many cruise lines are intensifying that, checking for fever with thermal imaging, thermal scanning, and being a little more stringent when it comes to letting people on board. But for now, in the cruising space, most of the cancellations have come around the direct area there in China where the virus did outbreak. And so for the most part, cruising continues on in other places around the world. But only time will tell when it comes to the containment and the spread of this virus, whether it will affect cruising. Thank you so much for stopping by. Tony B with the Lido Loca cruise show. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.